If you're wondering what to choose between a thermal binocular or a thermal monocular, then this video is for you. Hi guys, Shaun from Optics. So today we're going to be looking at thermal binoculars and thermal monoculars and what's the difference, why you would choose one over the other, and just really give you sort of my feedback as to which way to go. And to be honest, it's mostly down to what you're actually going to be using them for. Are you going to be going out foxing? Are you going to be going out deer stalking? How much kit do you actually want to carry? These are some of the things you need to be thinking about when you are looking to buy this kind of kit. The beauty of something like the new HIC micro Habrock system is the fact you have a multi-spectral system. So you have a thermal binocular, you also have an integrated 1,000-meter laser rangefinder in the Habrock series. You then have night vision and daytime vision in the same system, and then you have an IR torch for that night vision channel. So you have a system that is a complete all-in-one binocular. So you have something that can sort of eliminate kit, but in eliminating kit, the main thing being something like a pair of glass optical binoculars, you then lose that element of that added clarity that you tend to get with traditional glass. And this is where you're starting to weigh up what you're going to be using it for, what are the scenarios, what are the conditions, what is the landscape you're going to be using these products in. So for instance, I went deer stalking in Scotland, and these were a complete game changer. I was stalking actually with an old ghillie who only was using a set of traditional binoculars, and I was picking up heat sources thanks to the thermal channel at anywhere between a couple of 100 meters away to 600-700 meters away, and he was actually not even being able to see them. So that thermal system when you're out deer stalking has been a game changer. But when you then want to be able to have a clearer identification, so you flick into that optical channel, if you're on the brow of hills looking at, say, deers walking across the brow of a hill, you then start to find the limitations of a digital system. You then have the issues of excess light and the camera not actually going to be able to correct itself as well. So there's again limitations with just carrying this as a one fits all system. So if I was to go out on the hill again, I probably would go something like the Condor route, because this is a one-handed operation. You can adjust your focus, quickly spot up to your eye. It has a laser rangefinder integrated into it, and then I can just stick it in my pocket and then pull it back out and quickly be able to see a heat source. And if I want to have that clear identification, I then would pick up my binos, what would obviously be on the harness around my neck, and then I could then quickly check in what sex the animal is. So that shows you a bit of a scenario where you get the best of a thermal situation, but then you have the limiting factor of, if you do want those optics, you don't really want to be carrying both of these around. So as you can see, by the time you carry both of these, it's going to be a right faff. So like I said, that's where you would go the monocular route. But that being said, if you're going out foxing and you want one system, you don't want to be carrying multiple bits of equipment, something like the HIC Habrocks are a game changer in that, because it gives you an all-in-one system. But monocular wise, this is one of the benefits of moving to a one-handed operation like the HIC Condors and the Falcons, is the fact that you do have that element of speed and it's nice and lightweight. So it is very much down to what you're going to be using it for, what are the scenarios, and ultimately the main thing is what your budget is. Obviously binoculars are going to be more expensive, but they have more capabilities in them. And if you know your ground well, you don't even need a laser rangefinder within the device. You can go for something like the Falcon, which is just a thermal monocular with no laser rangefinder, and immediately in a similar focal length system, so this is the 35mm and this is the 35mm, you end up saving around £300. So it very much is down to personal preference and finding and eliminating what things are necessities and what are luxuries. So that sort of hopefully gives you a bit of an idea of what route to go, binocular or monocular. But like we said, it's very much down to what you want to achieve and how much kit you ultimately want to be taking with you. But personally, I found for deer stalking, these fit the bill perfectly, but there are limitations. So I probably would go for a laser rangefinder unit and then have my optical day binos, just because that really allows you to make sure you get the shot on the right animal and you're identifying that really clearly. And if I'm out foxing, any of these systems will work perfectly. It's just down to budget. But if you wanted more in one, then the Habrock's the way to go, because you have that thermal channel, you have the laser rangefinder, and then you do have that optical channel which allows you to flip from the thermal channel once you spotted the heat source, and then being able to clearly identify whether you're looking, what species you're looking at. So that's my point of view on this. If you want any further questions answered, just head over to the website, always drop us a call. And remember guys, like and subscribe to the channel and we keep the videos coming. Cheers.